Hey, what's up, Pathfinders? Thank you for coming on to watch another video by me. This video is just a short and brief explanation of why I became an EDM artist. EDM is just an acronym that stands for electronic dance music. Now, I am, as of late, as of last week, have been exploring sound through the EDM um, landscape. And so I've been producing my own EDM music as an EDM DJ. I've been producing my own music. I found a few platforms that I use to release my own original music in the EDM format. And so EDM is just electronic music that originated um, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and it has a fusion of synthesizers, hard bass beats, and it's a EDM is just really a umbrella for a bunch of other subgenres like techno, electronica, pop, um, hardcore, um, and so it's just a general term for electronic music. And so, me personally, I became interested in electronic music, or became interested or introduced to the genre because growing up, I was a gamer. Some of you know that I grew up as a gamer. A gamer is somebody that spend a considerable amount of time in front of the television playing video games. I heard a lot of EDM music in the soundtracks, built in the soundtracks of various video games from old school video games like The Legend of Zelda, um, Super Mario Brothers, Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis, and the list goes on and on and on. Streets of Rage for the Sega Genesis. And so, I've always been interested in that sound. I'm an audible individual. I'm also a visual, very visual individual, a person that um, learns and takes in a lot through my eyes. And so, yeah, and so I just been interested in the music and the sounds for a very long time, and I just think it's so cool the way the sounds can be put together into to make a body of music, to um, put out into the world. I am a creative person, and so I love creating something original from sounds that you may or may not hear in this realm or on the earth. It's something that's futuristic, something that's out of the box, something that's foreign to the ear at first, like laser sounds, sounds that you hear in like movies like Star Wars and different movies, Star Trek, different movies that deal with um, the future, certain comic books, certain comic book characters, and just throughout pop culture, cartoons and things like that. You may hear sounds that you may not have heard before. And so those were sounds growing up that really caught my ear. And so now that I've discovered this type of music and I found out that I can produce my own music, write my own music, and share my own music with the world, it's just fascinating to me. And so that's basically why I chose to become an EDM artist. I love the sounds. I love the beats. I grew up as a hip hop person. Hip hop basically raised me along with two of my wonderful parents that I love dearly. But I was in tune to hip hop, what was going on in the hip hop world, the beats, the breakdancing, the DJing, the graffiti, the five elements of hip hop. I was immersed in that culture. Video games, like I said earlier, I was immersed in that culture. Video games, just looking at the characters and looking at their environments and trying to help them fulfill their quest during the game or whatever it is that I was trying to do in the video game. and I just became immersed in that environment. And so EDM music is just an extension of myself, an extension of my creativity, that I see now that I can produce myself and put out into the world. Just positive vibes, positive. Some people say energy or whatever, just a positive spirit, into the world, just to, you know, dance and, have a good time. I never was a club person. I never was a dancer per se. When I was out there in the world, I'm saved now, I'm a man of faith. But when I was out there in the world, participating in the worldly things, I would go to the clubs, hang out there all night, and just stand on the wall, and do my head like this. I wasn't really a dancer, but I was a head nodder, and I would watch people go out and have fun and enjoy themselves and do their thing. But in the future, as a newly a newly I guess I could say installed, or a newly um, DJ or whatever, a new DJ or whatever you may call it. I would like to um, go out and do some shows, go out and do live shows, display my art, display my mixes, my transitions in the music, and just see people have a good time off of what I created, from the comfort of my own home, my home studio or whatever, my car or whatever. And so, yeah, so EDM music is just where I am right now in a journey of creativity through sound. And so I would just wanna put stuff out there and see how people take to it, see if they like it, if they hate it, if they love it. You know, art in itself is just a very subjective art form. Music is a very subjective art form. As as it is with anything that we create out of our spirit. Whether it's painting, writing. As you guys know, I also write poetry. Whether it's music, you put it out there, you create it, for whatever reason you create it, and then you put it out there to the world, and it's subject to be judged, interpreted, whether it be wrong or right, fair or unfairly. Um, for an example, I just had a few people unfollow me or unsubscribe to my YouTube channel simply because I make EDM music, or because they don't agree with it, and they can't come to grips with the fact that I am a man of color, I am a man of faith, and I make this type of instrumental music, which is, by the way, not a sin to do. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not sinning against God. I'm not out there hurting myself. I'm just making music, expressing myself, having fun, you know, showing my creativity. And I refuse to be stuck in a box just because of my skin color, my ethnicity, my age. Creativity transcends all of that. And so I just want to show people another side of me, another facet of me, because we as individuals are very complex individuals. That's just the way God made us. Whether you believe in God or not, He made us to be diverse individuals. I love culture. I love meeting new people. I love going and traveling into different places, hearing different languages, immersing myself in different cultures and eating the food, learning the ways of, different people around the world. And a lot of that plays a part in my creativity, in my creative thinking process, in my creation process, and the things that I put together to show and share with my YouTube audience and those that are elsewhere in the world, through streaming services, or whatever. But this is another a form of me being creative. This is just another way that um, is therapeutic to me, in a sense, to be able to create something, you know, and you share it with people. And so, yeah, that's basically in a nutshell why why I decided to create and become a EDM artist, an electronic dance music artist. All right. So, and yeah, just a little bit of more about EDM. It has roots in Jamaican dub music. It has roots in American hip hop music, because there were a few people that contributed to the birth of EDM music through hip hop. DJ Kool Herc out of the Bronx, New York, back in the 70s, 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And then you had Africa Bambaataa, who experimented with sound, laser sounds, drone sounds. They were way ahead of their time. And so I feel like I myself um, can be lumped in with those individuals as far as thinking outside of the box, being different, experimenting with sounds, colors, and different mediums to express myself creatively. All right. So a lot of you wanted to know why I decided to become an EDM artist. Well, there you go. That's the reason why I decided to do so in a nutshell. So I hope that you will continue to support. I hope that you would share this video out to your subscribers. I hope that you would drop down some comments in the comment section, and that you would enjoy what it is that I create, even if you don't enjoy it so much. Like I said earlier, the work that I produce is subjective. That means that it's subject to the opinions of the public, and I'm very strong, and I can handle that. Okay, it's okay with me. If you unsubscribe, it's okay with me. If you continue to follow, watch, support, comment, blah blah blah. All right. So as always, you guys know the saying: the life path is the right path. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.